Hello folks, and welcome to another Bitcoin market analysis by Inspocrypto. Well, what should I say? The narrative of a strong labor market is pushing the US dollar, and of course at the same time making the whole situation related to Bitcoin, but also equities, a big challenge at the moment. We will see how far they want to push the price down. In my opinion, I was expecting a bounce on SPY at 390, something that happens, but as you see, the sell pressure maintains intact, while DXY it retraced a little bit, but it's still resisting. So while Bitcoin is once again retesting that area, in my opinion, we should go down again to 19.7 and to retest that area before we can go up again. And of course, we need to be very careful because the whole situation looks still very, very sensitive. So, however, I still think we will go up. I don't think, I mean, as mentioned just a few days ago, is it possible to retest our current bottom of 18? Yes, it is. Is it possible to make new lows? In my opinion, no. And you guys know I was very bearish all the time, but at the same time, I can imagine we can go down, not today, but in the next few weeks. September, you will remember. So that's the first September day. I have also mentioned many times that I would expect the first 2 weeks, maybe even the first 3 weeks, potentially to be green, but afterwards it would flip again. But I don't have a crystal ball. So the only thing we can do is check blockchain metrics, check some different market assets, and make our own conclusions. And that's what we are going to do now. And we will start with the weights ratio 1 day time frame. Something that doesn't look that great, but not critical. We need to see what's going to happen next. As you see, we are at 66 at the moment. So it lifted up, also illustrated here, not yet completely in my opinion, but it's the first step. The question is, are we going to go much higher, indicating that weights are sending more Bitcoins to centralized exchanges? I don't know. I really don't know. That's something we need to see, to be honest. Usually when that happens, usually afterwards, the weights ratio should decline again. But it's too early to say that. Also depends if we are detecting any kind of big inflow activity to centralized exchanges, to spot exchanges. Let us go forward. I mean, I just had to refresh here on my chart. Well, I don't know what happened here, but we have a gap related to stablecoin supply. That's something that's coming from CryptoQuant. I don't really know why that's happening. However, we can see what happened. I mean, they let the price go up again, and afterwards just to distribute even more. Not big. I still think that they are still in preparation. That's how it feels like. I mean, weights ratio high, the daily one, even that here I have mentioned 92 was very high, and even the Bitcoin reserves on spot exchanges is lifting up. Not huge. We are not talking about 20, 30, 40,000. We are talking about almost 8,000 Bitcoins. But that could have a bigger impact because we know they use different ways to dump the market. So they are using, for example, also the opportunity via OTC, futures, spot, directly on centralized exchanges, and so on and so forth. So we need to see what's going to happen here. The stablecoin reserves on centralized exchanges is lifting up, but it's not really big. We are talking about in 4 days almost 200 millions. Of course, I mean, the thing is, it's not indicating us these guys are going to buy Bitcoin with 200 millions, you know. It's just indicating us that they are going maybe to buy assets for 200 millions. The weights ratio 30 hours moving average declined again, so usually it should then play out. Maybe it takes a little bit, but in my opinion 19.5 should be it for today, and then we need to see afterwards. We should go up, like I have mentioned different times in my analysis recently, that we have a top at 20,400, and it seems that's what, at least in my expectations, should happen next. Retest that area 20,400, and then we need to see. We know that we received a lot of bearish option tradings, bear call and bear put spreads, and so on and so forth. So we need to see. However, that doesn't look that great at the moment, but also not looking like these guys are right now just preparing short term, at least, the next big leg down. At least I wouldn't expect that today. We need to check what's going to happen tomorrow, but that's what I expect at the moment. So let us go forward. So let us see what's happening here. As mentioned, let us disable stablecoins and check here. So as you see, the price is declining while we are receiving bigger inflows, but also here 4,400 Bitcoins outflow. So indicating, you know, I mean, we had here 6,300. Here it was almost 8,000 Bitcoins outflows. It was here even also 8,000. And if we check here, that was 5,500. Yeah, so in 3 hours, even 6,000 Bitcoins. So someone is also at the same time withdrawing big volume in Bitcoins, but someone is selling. That's also a fact. So in the last few hours, the Bitcoin inflows declined, but for example, 8 hours ago, we received 2,200 Bitcoins. And yesterday, after the big outflow here, we received here almost 5,000, 6,000 Bitcoins. Here, another, in 3 hours, 3,400 Bitcoins. If we check here, almost the same, 200, 400, almost 3,000 Bitcoins. So you see that big inflows are coming, but at the same outflows. It's the big question if everything is playing out already. I mean, the volume, aggregated volume lifted up, now it's declining again. We need to see. If we check stablecoin inflows, for example, we see we are seeing much more outflows than inflows. So the big stablecoin inflow to absorb big amounts of Bitcoins are not coming in yet. So also something we need to see what's going to happen here, right? So yeah, let us go forward. So let us see what's happening here. I mean, we can also see here, for example, that funding rate lifted up, indicating in the last few days that they are just demanding more longs. Now they are demanding more shorts, and that's why the funding rate is declining. At the same time, we see open interest declined and lifted up again while the funding rate is declining. So does that mean people are demanding more shorts now? We will see. Leverage ratio declined and also lifted up. So open interest and leverage ratio both at the same time lifting up, meaning that high leverage shorts or longs, we need to see, but it seems they are demanding at least more shorts at the moment, are just here playing out. If we check here, stablecoin 130 millions, but nothing big. So really nothing big. At the same time, and that's big, 4,800 bitcoins inflow. So in the last 3 hours on derivative exchanges, we have received 7,000 bitcoins. That's a lot. The question is for what? Are they also demanding shorts, or are they maybe demanding longs? That's something we can't see. We just have the aggregated funding rate. It's really difficult to figure out if those here are really demanding more longs or more shorts at the moment. Let us take, because if we want to figure out if they are demanding more longs or shorts, usually these guys are placing their futures on Binance, due liquidity. So Bitfinex, Binance, but mainly Binance. Let us go forward and check here, for example. Also something we need to be extremely careful, something I really don't like to see, is that here. You see in yellow, we have here the open interest on Binance, and the purple line is the estimated leverage ratio. Both are lifting up, while, and that's only Binance here, we can see here that the leverage ratio, that the funding rate is lifting up. So it seems someone is, at least on Binance, keep demanding more longs than shorts. So after it declined, now the funding rate on Binance is lifting up, while open interest, while also leverage ratio. And that was always a trigger for dumps. You remember, even this year, dump. This year, dump. This year, dump. I mean, every time we had that, it was always a dump, or at least a bearish price action, because they were demanding more longs and they shaked out to neutralize these longs. Now let us check here. Let me refresh the site. Oh Jesus, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. Oh Jesus, I think I'm going to close my long and just stay away until they liquidated all these longs. That's incredible. I mean, 73 to 27. Really? Really? God, almost 1.8 billions in longs and only 670 millions in shorts. I should stop to make this analysis, I think. Maybe I could trade better then. I'm joking. No, but wow. As usual, on Ethereum it looks much better. Even there we have 59 to 41, but it's okay. This here is not okay. That's absolutely not okay. That's indicating us they will shake out and shake out and shake out and shake out, because they are not going to take this 1.8 billion US dollars in longs to the upside and let them take profit. But we will see. That's crazy. That's really crazy. I don't like it all. The Kingfisher. Let us take a look to the Kingfisher. Give me a blue one, please. Let us go. Give me a blue, 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 blue. No, red. Okay, red. Red is not good at any way. So let us check Binance and see what these guys are showing. Oh, okay. But look, volume 35 millions. That's nothing. However, it seems they declined a lot in shorts. That would maybe also explain why we had 35 millions in volume. However, we have here a liquidation cluster. We have here liquidation cluster. And on the long side, here and here, and of course here. So if we take a look, that means between 18.5 and 18, 75, 17.5 and 17, and here 21 to 21,500, and here, well, a little bit less, 24.3. On the long side, no, on the short side, low leverage is the biggest volume, it seems. So let us check and compare that with FTX. And if something changed, because yesterday FTX was looking really, I don't know, strange. You remember? Almost no volume. I think that was a Kingfisher problem. Okay, so I would say this one looks different, but this one matches very well, even those three here. So I would say that's a big whale or someone that's using different channels, different exchanges. So yeah, usually I would say I would expect to let the market go more to that side, but for that we need to have a breakout at 20,500. That's only possible if SPY push very hard to the upside, SPX as well, and let Bitcoin follow. So in case they want to push to the upside, I think, because in my opinion they are in distribution mode at the moment, they will distribute even more, and I wouldn't guarantee that Bitcoin is going to follow and to have a breakout at 20,500. At least I would expect a retest of 20,500 and then see. It's not easy. It's very challenging at the moment to just to analyze the market and even to go forward and to trade the market. So let us go forward. So we see here very clear this support area at 19,500. While interesting is that on the call side, it seems they reduced a lot. So even 20,500, where I would expect such a big wall, doesn't exist. They reduced the volume, it seems, while this one here, it's extremely big. So minus 0.72. 19.5, I mean, nothing is impossible, but it's going to be a huge challenge for the bears just to break out here. Let us take a look here what we, okay, I see bull call spread. Oh, sorry. Let us start again. Bull call spread, 1,200 lots. Bear put spread, 2,000 lots. Bull diagonal spread with puts 1,200. So bullish, bearish, and that's it in my opinion. So let us see. We have here notional 20 million, 40 million, 24 million, and even on 3 million here, 400,000 here, and almost a million here. So it makes sense. Okay, let us check those three. Well, let us take a look to the bull diagonal spread with puts, and the biggest here, at least on volume related to premium, are those here, indicating buying 17k and selling 18k. So even here, buying 18k, selling 19k. What does that mean? Is that bullish or bearish? Well, it means buy low, sell high. So yeah, I mean, he's not expecting a huge crash, but he's expecting at least the opportunity to buy even below of 17k. That does match to my plan, to be honest, but we need to see. Really, we need to see, and we need to adapt our risk management for that, because hedging wouldn't be that worse, or even stay away, to be honest, or just go short, but with a high risk, because since days we are noticing that option traders are changing its sentiment, because we started to dump, and you remember just 1 week ago we didn't see any big bearish option trades. Now they are coming in. That's something really strange. Some people ask me, hey Inspo, why are you not convinced of this dump phase now? And I said, well, because option traders didn't expect that. Usually option traders are front running indicating they are placing puts like they did, for example, in June and even before, expecting we will go more down. We will go more down. I mean, many of you know I was expecting a bottom at 24K, and we did then even 18K, so 77. And every time when I was reading option trading or option trades expecting 18K, 20K, I was a little bit, laughing. So I don't think that's going to happen. But it happened. And now we are seeing, even delayed, they are placing option trades, also with volume, indicating a lower price range. So we need to be very careful. Even me with my high leverage short, even I was hedging all the time. I took profit of my shorts, then we went up again, then I placed another hedging short, I took profit again. But hey, I mean, that's not funny anymore. I mean, if we are going directly down, then I will place my short and that's it, So yeah. We will see. Let us go forward and check the next one. Beer put spread. So let us go forward. Their beer put spread, and September, you will remember. I really think I'm going to close my long. That's incredible. Beer put spread. I mean, even the name tells you that's the direct invitation for every bear. And I mean, just to have the best profit in this strategy, the Bitcoin price has to be at or below the strike price of the short put with a lower strike. For end of September, let us check. We are talking about less than 12, less than 12, less than 12. Oh my God. Oh my God. And we are talking here about really hardcore notional volume. I mean, we are talking about 38 million US dollars. Oh my God. Okay, I'm flipping to extremely bearish again. That's crazy. That's really crazy. However, we need to be very careful. And it seems they're just collecting longs, and that's why they are doing all the time all this game. But wow. Okay, let us go forward, because we still have the bull call spread, and the bull call spread has an at least notional volume, it's the half, and even lots, instead of 2000 lots, 1190 lots. Let us go bull call spread, and let us check what's happening here. Wow, that's big. Do we have? Yeah, we have here big for end of December. Everything is end of December, so bullish for after September. Yeah, we will all remember about September, it seems. So let us go forward. The bull call spread, the ultimative invitation for every bull out there. If you want to trade that, you will have the best and maximum profit if the Bitcoin price is at or above the strike price of the short call at expiration. Means, let us start. Well, let me see. Hello. Okay. We are talking here about end of the year, right? 70K. Oh, what happened here? So 70K, 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 70K. Wow. That's like a cold shower for me at the moment. 70K, and we are talking about big volume here. Really big. 100 lots each. That's really hardcore. I mean, they spent here 500,000 for that. Oh my God. So yeah, 70K, 30K, that's the trade range they are expecting. That's not cool at all. Absolutely not. So yes, that doesn't look very cool at the moment. Let us go forward. However, doesn't mean we are going straight down, because they will, at a certain moment we will nuke. We will go then directly down. But after that, or before, they will shake out. They will go up. They will go down. They will accumulate more late longs and then fire. That's what they always did, and I think it's going to happen again. So let us see what's happening here. Well, first of all, what I noticed is that FTX changed the mode from pure distribution to quick accumulation. You know what I think about FTX. Doesn't mean we are going only up. We need to be very careful, because that could be the stamp of an institutional market actor. That's what they do. They don't care about the price. They accumulate quick to nuke afterwards. So we need to be very careful. They distributed here, of course, a little bit, but they did since August 13th almost 2,000 bitcoins in CBD. It's not bad. It's not bad. It's not huge, but it's not bad. Aggregated looks completely different. If we go further, we see Binance. What's happening on Binance? Well, on Binance doesn't really look like accumulation. It doesn't look like distribution at the moment yet. And the thing is, for me, a distribution is when the CBD, for example, when they start to lift up and they start to distribute, it falls below the bottom before they started to accumulate. So here, if for example the CBD goes even more to the downside, that means they are distributing. They are selling more, much more, and that's for me just a signal of pure distribution. So we need to see what's happening here, but at the moment that was a quick I buy and start to sell again to make money. It looks like quick profit. If we check Bitfinex, well, started to lift up again. Doesn't mean we are done here, because that's what they did here, exactly the same pattern. So we came here, then we started to lift up again, and they did it again. Now they are doing it again, and what could happen next? Yeah. So we need to be extremely careful, however, it's always, a question of time. Does that mean we are going to nuke? I mean, the only way why we have a narrative. The current narrative is we have a strong economy because our labor market is strong. And yeah, I mean, at least what they released yet doesn't look that bad, to be honest. So I also have mentioned that labor market and their statistics are the perfect tools for politicians, because you have a lot of space of interpretation. Only because you have more jobs doesn't mean that these jobs are attractive. I mean, if you are offering low salary jobs and people know even if they work they can't achieve or pay their bills, they are not going to do it. And that's where I say, only because it says job openings is more than forecasted, it tells me about the quantity. It doesn't tell me anything about the quality. At the same time, for example, yesterday, Wednesday, we received the data to the ADP non-farm employment change. It was much less than expected. They expected 300K, we did 132K. Initial jobless claims, they expected 248 and we did 232, indicating we have, it seems, less people that claim to be jobless. Tomorrow, we will see non-farm payrolls for August. They are expecting 300K. And we will see, and the official unemployment rate for August. So the only way how this market, Bitcoin and equities, could go up is if the unemployment rate is higher than forecasted. Something at the moment, based on the other data and the whole political situation in the US, I wouldn't expect. I think it's going to be like forecasted 3.5%. That's the same they published previously, 3.5%. It's also the forecasted count. So I think it's going to be 3.5%. We should pray, or bulls should pray, that we are not seeing less than 3.5%, because if they are confirming the narrative and indicating, look, the economy is extremely strong, something I don't agree at all, because, before the whole economy has an impact to the unemployment rate, it takes time. Always. So for me to say the labor market is okay, the economy is strong, is, in my opinion, nonsense. But that's another story. If tomorrow the unemployment rate is at 3.5% or lower than 3.5%, DXY is going to fly to the moon. And that will bring down Bitcoin, that will bring down SPY, SPX, and so on and so forth. Something I would even expect. So, wow. But before, DXY have to retrace a little bit. So we need to see, the day is still long. However, Bitfinex, almost 1,000 Bitcoins in CBD, it's not big. Coinbase, wow. Coinbase is always in buying mode. I don't know. I don't need to repeat. I will never understand how that works, but it is what it is. If we go further and we check what our different entities are doing, we can see here, well, it seems that that retailers are stabilizing. So at the moment they are not buying big. These guys, shrimps as well. These guys, wow, look, they are buying. It's at least their balances are rising. These guys are not doing nothing yet, and the market maker is declining their balances as forecasted. So also here it's going to be very interesting, because if you check, they are making higher lows and higher highs. I mean, something that I doubt that everything in the world could have an explanation based on TA. But however, in case they maintain this pattern, they did here a low of 4,920,000 Bitcoins and balances. Then they lifted up, then they distributed again, it seems, and then they did the new low of 4,930,000. So just to make a little summary, 4.92 before, now the last one was 493, and right now it's at 494. So if they are really rising their balances slowly, it means we should bounce here from here again up. However, it doesn't have a bullish price action, as you see. So while they are lifting up, the price is dumping. So it doesn't mean that these guys have started to accumulate. It's still too difficult to say that and too early. But that here, these higher lows could be an indication that these guys will decline a little bit more and then go up more. So indicating that's a slowly accumulation. Also could indicate that what they are doing can take more weeks and even months. So crypto winter, it's going to be a long one maybe. So just to mention that, let us take a look what these guys are doing. And yeah, 4,000, almost 3,900 Bitcoins, fund flow related to market maker entities. If we check this 3,900, we can check that was 16 o'clock Central European time. If we check now the futures, it matches 3,900, so almost 4,000, and we receive 4,800, means that these guys are doing something. I don't know if they are placing longs or shorts. I really don't know. I hope, well, shorts, I guess, because we have a lot of longs, while the open interest and funding rate and leverage ratio are really skyrocketing at the moment. So, wow, it's going to be very exciting. That's it. Let us go forward. So here, nothing big. They placed a new wall at 23k on Coinbase, but you know, they reinforced this wall at 19.5. At the moment, they are still playing this up, down in a range of $1,000. So we can go up to 20,500, but then we want to go down back to 19,500. In my opinion, that's a trap, because when you feel then comfortable, it's where these guys are going to push the price hard to one way, to one direction, up or down. Even I still think up, but we are getting a lot of data that doesn't look really bullish, really not. So I would maybe classify this inspo things we will go up more to bears than really, yeah, because metrics are not indicating me that, and even option traders are not indicating that. Future trading at the moment, I mean, 1.8 billion to 700 millions long short. I mean, what should I say about that? That also doesn't look at all very bullish. So everything looks extremely bearish. And that's maybe my beers why I think we should go up. The usual rule, if everything looks bearish, then we should go up. The problem is, that's why I should be bearish, because yeah, everything looks bearish and traders are placing longs. So it's indicating me, well, maybe this time, this market, it's just telling you, Inspo, go short, because it's obvious. It's so obvious. We will go down, so go short. Why are you longing? Yeah. However, we need to cross 19.5, and that's going to be a challenge, as we have seen related to gamma walls. They're a bit still here at 21,290, but nothing to the downside, so nothing special. Bitstamp. Wow, that is okay. Bitstamp here, they placed a new one, but it's really little. So 20,800. They are still limiting there, and a lot of volume here. So it's, you know, I mean, they really are waiting and blocking liquidity to the downside, because it seems they are really expecting we will go more down. Binance still here waiting, as you see, at 19.5, and a lot of volume here related from 19.5 to 18.8. They need to absorb a lot. They even placed here a new wall, here a new wall. So it seems otherwise they wouldn't block their liquidity there. In my opinion, they are really expecting to go more to the downside. Even if we did now a triple bottom, I mean, look that. Bottom number 1, bottom number 3, 2 and 3. That's crazy. That's really crazy. But the market is not reacting as it should. It should go up very hard afterwards. It's not doing it. It didn't here, well, maybe here, even more than here. And at the moment, I don't see any big reaction here. Of course, it's maybe too early and we need to see, but it doesn't look like. They absorbed this wall here at 19.6, but as mentioned, we are still here and waiting. So they are accumulating bitcoins on exchanges, and in my opinion, that's a preparation. They are really preparing the next big price action. Maybe the last leg to the downside, make the double bottom, as mentioned in June, that I would expect something like a double bottom at 18k, just retest our current bottom and then go up. But option traders are not wouldn't agree with me. Bitfinex spot. Wow. Let us, okay. So Bitfinex removed this wall at 18.8, and it seems they are now placing another one at 19. And you can see even here, I mean, that wasn't that big, but look, I mean, you can see here the volume delta. Look that. I mean, Bitfinex is selling. These guys are selling. They are in distribution mode. They bought here 1,000 Bitcoin, sold 1,200. The volume delta is minus 230 Bitcoins. And here was minus 350 Bitcoins. You don't see any big green candle on Bitfinex. That spot, by the way. So here still waiting at 18K and even here 19K now to the upside. We still have everything about 22K. Wow, they placed a new one. Look that. Wow. Okay, they are extremely bearish. Wow. They really want to put the price more to the downside. Crazy, crazy stuff. But it is what it is. FTX perp. I don't know what these guys are doing, but also here, look that. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Waiting at 19K. Nothing big waiting here. I mean, yeah, some volume here, but the biggest volume comes from the upside. They removed this wall. Look what they did. And now they removed this wall. But also this wall, and instead they shifted this wall to a, you know, so they're pushing the price down. It happened, and now, yeah, we need to see what's going to happen next. Okay, so Kraken spot also 19.5, 19. Remove the wall at 18. So now Bitcoin is reacting. I still think that we will have a retest of 20,500 today. It's a risky bet, I know, but BitMEX, nothing. Wow, look that. Even for BitMEX, that's big. This candle here, wow, huge. I mean, the candle, peanuts, but the volume. Distribution. I don't know why, but something is in the air. Like they know something. They know some big fuckery is going to happen. Binance futures. Waiting at 20,700. Look here. Wow. I mean, wow. I mean, yes, we have big volume waiting here as well, but look that. I mean, if we want to go up, we can go up right now to 19.8. That's it. That's it. Because otherwise you need really to push up very hard to break all this here. Otherwise, nothing. They are doing the same they did before. Exactly the same. So, and I guess it will end at the same time, the same way. A little bit down, then shake out, up, and then more down. That's the special final shake out before we make, you know, a bigger price change. And that's something I think it's going to happen again. I don't know now or in a week or whatever, but it wouldn't surprise me just to go up and then finally more down. It wouldn't surprise me, even if, you know, I flipped a little bit more to bullish than to bearish, but, you know, doesn't look great. Bitfinex derivatives. Yeah, nothing special here. Kraken futures, nothing big here, and FTX spot. Also nothing big. on FTX spot is really, I mean, yes, they have here a little wall at 19, here between 79 and 18, but the biggest one is at 16.5 to the upside. The next big wall, 27. Yeah, and that's it. That's absolutely it. So, as mentioned yesterday, and it happened. I mean, wow. We were yesterday here, and we were almost here. You can see we have these diagonal trend lines here, and every time happened the same, right? So we had a breakout here, then it started to decline. So we did exactly the same, different, but almost the same move. I mean, push up very hard, push out very hard. Retest, failed, down. Retest, failed, down. Another try, failed, down, failed, down. And that's what they are doing. That looks so like Matrix is controlling the market at the moment. So yeah, to be honest, I think they are in preparation, but I think we have still time. So we need to see. Everything depends also a little bit on what, for example, what SPY, what equities are going to do, right? In my opinion is that's the third time we retraced that area and we failed. That's another one. Doesn't mean we can't go down again like a dead cat bounce and retest that area again. But at the moment, looks like we are going to create another diagonal trend line. So we need to wait what's going to happen. It should go back to that here above. We will retest the 20K because that's the main POC at the moment here. We have another POC here. You can't see that right now. I need to zoom out a little bit, then we will see that. But, and that's the red line, you know, and that's what happened. We maintain here, whoa, and then we went up and then we went down even more. So that area here is the area that's going to tell us if they want to push more up or down. But at the moment, we are still in that trade range here. So failed, and here 2 times. And now Bitcoin is reacting. Now finally Bitcoin is reacting to the upside. We need to see it. As mentioned, we need to go above. Usually it should go down again, then a little bit more up, then down, then up, and so on and so forth. Retest that area, and then we need to see what's going to happen here. For tomorrow, it's clear. If the unemployment rate maintains like forecasted or it goes down, we will go down afterwards again. I would expect such kind of move like that here. And then we need to see if 19.5 is going to hold or not. That's really going to be a big challenge tomorrow. So yeah, that's what I have for you today. I think we are still on track. Not saying that we are done here. I am just saying it's possible, even if we go up, that we retest. 19.5 is our key level at the moment. 20,500, between 400 and 500 is key level at the moment. So at the moment we are still in that right range, and in my opinion we are not ready to make a big step to the upside or to the downside. To the upside more possible because of the equities, but tomorrow is going to be a really big challenge because of the unemployment rate. In my opinion, midterm elections are at the same time controlling a little bit the narrative. The narrative is look away, economy is strong because labor market is strong. Just check the quantity, don't check the quality. And that's the new narrative. And this narrative is going to work well after the midterm election. Because then, at least then, the whole strong economic performance will have an impact also to the unemployment rate. I mean, big companies are mentioning and announcing to reduce their staff. It's a matter of time. And yes, it's a coincidence that it correlates very well to the midterms elections in the US. So for me, the whole another narrative is just a fake. It's just a fake. Pivot was a fake. Strong market because, or strong economy because of the strong labor market, it's a fake. All this is a fake. We are in a very bad situation. It's not going to change from one day to another. It's not going to change. Only fake narratives can push the price up. At the moment, it's just, unfortunately, just pushed the US dollar up compared to the euro. But yeah, it is what it is. So I would expect at the moment to have such kind of, make such kind of move next. So I mean, now it looks very strong. It's reacting because maybe of this triple bottom. But in my opinion, go up, down, up, down, and so on and so forth, and then break and then down. Something like we had just before. That's it for today. I hope you enjoyed, and I would say big love, your Inspo. See you tomorrow. Bye bye.